thing here. Let's adjust. Good to see you all. Welcome back, as always, to Mike Drop Sports here on Steel City Live, man. We're here, ready to do another show. I'm just trying to adjust. I have a new little setup here, so I'm trying to tweak everything to be on point here and give you guys a little bit better quality if I could get everything rolling here. But again, welcome to the show. Let me go through and see what the chat has to say. Welcome, everybody. Miss Pittsburgh, what's up? Love the emojis. Appreciate it. What's up, TD? How are you, man? Happy Friday. What's up, Justin Menike? Russ, what's up? Now we're hearing the Steelers may sign Justin Menchie or Deebo Samuels. Never stops. Hi, TD and Justin. How are you doing? Yes, it never stops, Russ. We're going to go on there and see. I was literally, my son has some friends over right now, and I was cooking them dinner and all that kind of stuff and took a little bit of a break for a second. So I'm going to get back into the grind here and see exactly what I have maybe missed, and we'll see exactly any news that may have popped up. So tired of all the clickbait. Me too, Russ. Me too. I really think defense will dominate Falcons big time, and teams will worry about after Seymour. They're going to be definitely stout on defense, and that's part of my show today that I wanted to bring up was the fact that I want to see the leaders on defense really truly step up here. You know what I mean? And I think it's imperative that these guys definitely step up and really have the best year that they've had yet, man. I really truly believe that that needs to happen. Ooh, that's bright, guys. That's bright. That's bright. That's bright. There we go. Hold on, guys. I got to hook up my internet. I've been using an Ethernet cable. So it has, sometimes I forget to plug it in. So there we go. I got it plugged in now. All right. But anyway, yeah, we're going to roll with all this lighting and everything and get it all tweaked. I actually have another light over here that I could use. Got the whole desk set up. All my stuff starting to get set up. So, yeah, just trying to find the best angle. What's up, Danny George? I don't know about the signing of Justin or of Mechie. I don't know about that yet. Again, we'll have to see. What's up, Tyrone? How are you guys? I'm just going to pop on here and just check my Steelers news. Because, guys, I do live a normal life, too, outside of doing all this. So sometimes I'm disconnected for a couple hours or so, you know what I mean? So I always like to check. But again, we're just getting started, man. We got time. We got time. It's Friday. We don't got crazy shit going on. We don't have things that are going to put us in a bind time-wise. So here we are. The Steelers should have thrown the kitchen sink at Brandon Ayuk. That's a headline. The Steelers did sign LeGlue back to the practice squad, I believe. So that's a familiar face, somebody that's been with the Steelers. So that is something that they definitely did. They did. And they got wide receiver Quez Watkins back on the practice squad also. Let me move my... There we go. Again, guys, I'm just playing with this, so bear with me. Bear with me, and I know you all will. Tom Ford, how's it going? Jason, did you hear we could still get Brandon Ayuk? Just joking. That's a good one, Tom. I like that, brother. John Broadway, our defense needs to set the tone and get rolling with smash mouth football. Absolutely, man. And that is, again, part of my whole real thing today. My whole theme for today basically has been, the last chance here. It really seems like a last chance for a guy like a Russell Wilson to step up, be that leader, a guy to really guide this football team, a TJ Watt, a Cameron Hayward to step up and have the best year they've had yet in the NFL in terms of leadership. I don't. They're getting older, those players. TJ's still in the prime of his career, but Cam, I don't expect him to be, the best version we've ever seen of Cam Hayward, but I expect his leadership and the things that he can provide in terms of moving this team forward in that sense to be there, man. I want to see that. I got to see that from him, and it's of utmost importance. You look at guys like Russell Wilson, Cam Hayward, those types of guys. You're getting down to your last chance, man. And you have to make this shit work, and it has to start rolling. And you have to put it all in. This has to be an all-in season for them. And we can talk about all types of deficiencies and what the Steelers don't have, but, we're not living in that world. What we don't have is what we don't have. It is what it is. You got to roll with the guys you got, and you got to figure out how to win with those guys, point blank, period. That has to be the case, And I know some of the fan base is upset, man. They want to see some players being brought in, some different names, some bigger names. I get that. I understand it. But you got to work with what you got, man. It's just the way it is. I'm trying to bring up all my stuff here. I usually scroll on the phone, but the phone is a lot closer to me and I can scroll during a live show and read your chats. But I'm actually going to go from the computer and read your chats to make it easier. What's up? Let me get back to the chat here. Steelers sign wide receivers Brandon Johnson and Ben. I can never say his last name. But anyway, yes, they did sign those. You see what Robert has put in there. They did sign those 2 wide receivers also. Those are practice squad guys. No, we didn't sign Mechie. Hey, Russ, good to see you here. Baylor Bear, will the Steelers win more than 5 games? Guys, I got to say this. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to crush the over, in my opinion. So if you want a solid bet to make, in my eyes, and this is a bet that I think you could make very comfortably and succeed at. Now, I'm not telling you to go do it and waste your money. If you don't want to, don't. By any stretch of the imagination, don't take gambling advice from me. But if I were a person that wanted to bet on it, I could say that I would hit the over, man. I would say more than 5 games for certain. No doubt about that. I have no doubt that they win more than 5.5 games or 5 games. The bet line, I think, is 8.5 right now. I would take and crush the over on that. That's just me, but that's what I would take. I would take the over in a heartbeat. I know the Ayuk saga has been a pain in the ass. It definitely has been, no doubt, Tom. Tyrone Johnson, I think Chiefs going to cut Sky Moore. Yeah, probably. It seems like it, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know a lot about the Chiefs right now. I've been so focused on this football team that we have in front of us that I haven't really got a good opportunity to really dissect anybody else yet. But I plan on it. I've been trying to start doing that, but life has taken its toll, man. I think the Chiefs, we did that. That's from Tyrone. Russ, now hearing we're trying to get Deebo Samuels. Yeah, don't play in all these, Russ. Until it happens, it happens. Then we can really dive into it. But I put a tweet out on X today that I wanted this whole Ayuk thing to be a lesson to everybody. I wanted it to be a real lesson. To not go on to these social media sites, not to go on to these social media accounts, especially these parody ones like Pickensburg, Blitzburg, Minkaberg, all this dumb shit. Don't click on those people, man. And I'm not trying to like dog these people because they do what they do. I respect you, whatever. But they're clickbait and they sucker you all in. They sucker you all in with these headlines. And it's a shame what they do. And it gets on my nerves. And I hate to say it, but it truly does. It gets on my nerves in a major, major way, man. Hold on, I'm adjusting my light over here too. All right, man. We're in the studio, dude. It's starting to roll here. We're getting shit set up. All right, hold on. Let me get back to the chat. Sorry, I cut grass, so bear with me, guys. You're going to hear me sniffling. You're going to hear me sound congested. Every time I cut my grass, this is exactly what happens. And usually I make sure that I cut it in the middle of the day, like or early in the day. So I'll do my morning show, and then I'll I'll cut my grass like early in the day if I can. And that way I'm not congested like this. But I wanted to take like a Benadryl or something because I feel so stuffy and itchy in the eyes, but I didn't because I didn't want to be tired. All right, let me get back here, guys. Let me move some stuff around again. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm just trying to adjust and get a good pattern of how I'm going to be set up in here and what's going to work best for me. There we go. Damn, nice. I feel good in here. I feel good. All right, now we got the chat right here. Awesome, man. Tyrone, if they cut Sky Moore, we would sign him. Now, Robert Rowe, maybe they just work those guys out. Johnson and Skoranek. Yeah, I thought they signed him. I think they signed him to the practice squad, is what I thought, Robert. John Broadway, do you think that our defense can bring enough pressure to generate turnovers and points to help out our defense? Our offense? And that is a good question from John Broadway. And John, I really do think that this defense in 2024 is going to be able to be one in which that they are going to be able to create those splash plays, create those defensive scoring plays. I really, really, truly think that. And I think this defense, when allowed to be healthy, when not forced to be on the field constantly and overworked, I think that that is the prime position for them to be able to do those things. I think this defense is going to be a real takeover machine or a turnover machine. I think that they are going to be able to take over games. I really do think that. And I think that they are going to make offenses look like the Pittsburgh Steelers offense looked last year. I really have that much confidence in this defense. And I say that why? Because I think the speed has vastly improved. Even the guys along the front, guys like a Keanu Benton that have lost some weight. Guys like a DeMarvin Leal that can play inside and out now all of a sudden, starting to really emerge. A guy that's lost some weight, a guy that's picked up a little bit of speed. You look at the inside linebacker room, and that room has really got some speed in it now all of a sudden. You know, really quick to the ball, really fast flying around. You look at the back end of the defense. I love the way Deshaun Elliott plays. I love the way Minkah Fitzpatrick can play and be a real ball hawk. I love the long lengthiness of a Corey Trice and a Joey Porter Jr. I love the speed of a Dante Jackson. I love the speed on this defense. I love the quick steps of an Alex Highsmith and a TJ Watt. Nick Herbig. I just think the way that this Steelers team was able to gain a tremendous amount more speed than they had last year defensively, I think that that's going to just spell really, really, really good things in terms of turnovers and scoring and being able to help out the offense. And not only helping out the offense in terms of scoring, but getting those teams off the field, those opposing offenses off the field quick and early, and not allowing them to get in a rhythm. And hopefully that allows the Pittsburgh Steelers time to be able to strike first, where they're not playing from behind all the time, not having to push the issue, getting one-dimensional. Those are the things that you want the defense to be able to do for you. Give you the opportunity to be able to get those first points on the board, to be able to not have to play from large deficits, and again, get one-dimensional. You don't want to be forced into passing situations constantly. You don't want the defense to know exactly what you're going to be doing. That's just the whole idea of this, and that's exactly what the defense is going to be able to do here in 2024 for your Pittsburgh Steelers. Tyrone Johnson, Russ, that would be awesome or sweet. Oh, about Sky Moore, Robert didn't know we signed. Yeah, they did. Hollywood is hurt already. Yeah. Injury bugs bite, guys, and they bite early in the NFL. They bite in the most inopportune times. And we've seen that with the Steelers over the last couple of years. You've seen that with many other teams inside of the NFL. And you just got to be able to adapt and overcome. And that's why I continue to stress the importance of what? I can continue to stress the importance of depth in this league. And that's where you start to get a little worrisome right now along the offensive line for the Steelers because of what? Some injuries that are occurring. The depth is going to be challenged. You know you have young guys there. So they are going to be challenged in that aspect also. Being young, being guys that, don't have a ton of NFL game time experience. So that could hurt too. All right, guys, we're about 15 minutes into the show. Make sure you're hitting a shit out of that like button for us here on Steel City Live, only here on Mike Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason. As we continue through the show, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like it and share it to all your friends and family to continue to grow our community of thousands of NFL fans. And it is an awesome opportunity to get in here, sound off, and get your voice heard and talk a little football. Big Bass, I would give Tony a shot too. I can't get on board with what's his name, Ladarius Toney. I just don't think that he's a fit. That's just my opinion with that player. I like Sky Moore. I wouldn't be opposed to him. Mark Malone, the D is going to be nasty. I think so also. Danny George, I hear that, Russ. Donald Brown, the magnificent Donald Brown, checking in at the offensive coordinator and coach. What he had in pound of wrestling getting knocked off. You're crazy, Donald. You're crazy, brother. I love it. The best offensive coordinator in America today, Mr. Donald Brown. I should bring up my playbook that I've made for my kids, dude. We got like 100 plays in there. And I only did that, and I know they're super young, but I only do that because in this league, in this division, this age bracket that I coach, I'm allowed to be in the huddle with them and show them the plays. Now, once they get to the line of scrimmage, I can no longer instruct them or coach them in, what to do. So it's basically, I'm allowed there in the huddle with them and to give them the play call. Other than that, it's nothing else. I can't do anything else. But I'm able to show a diagram of the ship plays. Literally, dude, when you're able to show a diagram and show like where you're going to be lined up, the basics are the basics. The things are the things that you're going to be doing basically every time. It's just you're lining up in different positions. You're maybe going in motion this time. They're all the same basic fundamental things. We got like 70 plays in that bad boy. Look out for that next team we play, man. I got some special shit in store for them. John Broadway, but are fans ready to have our offense run the ball hard and use the passing game in concise manner in which it will be beneficial for Wilson? I think the Steelers fans need to do this and think of the time and remember the time where you saw Ben Roethlisberger throw the ball 22, 25 times a game, somewhere in that range. Lean on the run game. Use the defense to your advantage. I think that that's the time that the Steelers, as a franchise, are envisioning and want to get back to. And I think that's what Steeler fans need to remember and understand what the game plan might actually be for the Steelers. Now, I think Arthur Smith will have some other wrinkles and will be able to open it up at times and will be able to do some different things. But I think he'll play to the strengths of this team right now. And the strengths are going to be solid time, or time of possession, controlling that offensively, leaning on the run game, using that stout defense, and allowing Russell Wilson to push the ball down the field when necessary and to gain those tough yards when the chains need moved. That's what you're going to be leaning into, and I think that that's what Steelers fans need to remember. Those Ben Roethlisberger days of not throwing the ball 40 times a game. You know what I mean? And you always saw when Ben at that time threw the ball 40 times a game, the Steelers usually lost because they were playing from behind. And again, that's what I reminded everybody what I think this defense is going to be able to provide. And that is the opportunity in which the Steelers are able to gain that rhythm, that run heavy, that push the ball down the field with Russell Wilson and really lean on that defense and just have that style, that pace of play, man, yet again. I think it'll be really cool. All right, guys, we're almost 20 minutes in. I had something I wanted to bring up, and it's somebody that views our channel, and I hate to call anybody out, and I'll get back to the chat. I'll start with you, Jeffrey Champion, here in 1 second. So give me 1 second, and I'll get back to it. Let me scroll this back down. But I have to bring something up for comments, man. And if somebody gets mad at me, it's okay. I don't care. I don't do this for money. I don't care if somebody watches or not. That's not what I do this for. I do this for you guys to have great conversations, to give you guys a sounding board, a chance and an opportunity to get on here and say your piece, man. So that's really why I do it. But I have to say this, man, and I've said it probably before, but I have to say it again. If you don't watch the content fully, don't comment. It drives me freaking bonkers, man. Don't comment because you're saying that I say stuff that I never said in the entire video, and it's like, don't spin that narrative, man. I just want people to understand that. That drives me absolutely freaking bonkers, dude. And it's like, I always try to answer comments back. I always try to be at least like them and let you know that I read them and seen them. I try to be super interactive, but man, dude, some people just really crush your spirits with some of the things like, oh, so you're saying to fire Tomlin? No, dude, I never said fire Tomlin. Not one time did I ever say it. Just don't put words in my mouth. That's all I'm saying. All right, back to the chat here on Steel City Live, only here on Mike Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason, as we continue through our live show here on a Friday. Going back to the chat with Jeffrey Champion. One other thing, I think Justin Fields should move positions to receiver because what I saw from the preseason, he still has the same issues he had in Chicago. I can't argue that, Jeffrey. Now, do I think that he needs to move positions? I'm not to that point just yet. But I think that he has exhibited the same deficiencies that he had in Chicago. And those are major deficiencies. And I know a lot of the fan base just really are in love with his athleticism, and that's okay. I am too. I think he's a phenomenal athlete. One of the league's best athletes, if you ask me. But quarterback-wise, he has those deficiencies that can't be fixed right now, not in a short amount of time that he's been with the Steelers. And when you've come from a franchise like Chicago that's been in some serious turmoil, you're tainted goods right now. And you have to be able to put your nose to the ground and really work and get yourself out of that rut and really develop and really overcome these deficiencies. Anticipation, processing, the things that an NFL quarterback has to do at a high level, and he's just not there yet. And it's okay. Hopefully he'll get there. Thank you, Miss Pittsburgh. Let's go, people. Hit the shit out of the like button and subscribe and share to the best show in town is here. Let's go. Thank you so much. I believe Sky Moore would be a great pickup. That's from Tom Ford. I don't think it'd be bad. Hazard Bros. Thoughts on the running back room this year? Let me get a drink and I'm going to answer that. As far as the running back room is concerned, in my eyes, and this is Hazard Bros comment. As far as I'm concerned, I think it's a solid room. And I wasn't opposed to not bringing in a Jonathan Ward or, a DeJuan Edwards or a Perrine or any of those guys. I was okay with Cordell Patterson, Najee Harris, and Jaylen Warren because I really think that Jaylen Warren will be all right. I think he'll be back week 1, like he said. I think Najee Harris is in a year in which he has to really show what he's all about because he's playing for money. And he's playing for new money, rather, is how I should put it. And I believe that that's going to motivate Najee Harris to really want to do some big things. And I think in general, Najee Harris is a real good team player, a guy that really cares about the team and is going to exhibit great effort. I think he always does. Now, maybe statistically that doesn't always show up. Maybe Najee, though, takes that big step and becomes a real commanding every down type back this season. We'll see. But I love the 1-2 punch of Jaylen Warren and Najee Harris. I thought it worked well last year, and I think it will work well again this year. And then adding the dynamic of a Patterson in there to be able to handle some of those reps to keep Najee and Jaylen even more fresh for later in the season as the grind continues. It is just a real awesome thing to have because you have Patterson back there in which you can be very versatile with him out of the backfield as a receiver, putting him in motion as a receiver, having him starting out as the sidecar to Russell Wilson to where he can say, hey, check out of this play, put him up into the slot, move him around, make him a real dangerous, versatile weapon. And I think they have other weapons inside of that run game, too, that aren't even being talked about right now. One being Connor Hayward, a former running back at the University of Michigan State, at Michigan State, a guy that can do it, a guy we've seen be able to do it, a guy that is going to be a real Swiss Army knife, dangerous weapon that could be put back there also. Would not be shocked one bit, guys. Would not be shocked one bit. And you can write this down now. I would not be shocked one bit if you see Patterson and Hayward as the sidecars to Russell Wilson in a formation. I would not be shocked. And I think if you're out there listening, Arthur Smith, I think that would be a hell of an idea and really create some serious mismatches if you were able to utilize that formation in the correct way, utilize the motions, utilize the play fakes and the action game correctly. I think you could really make a dangerous formation, a dangerous weapon, and using those two versatile guys that can run the football out of the backfield, that can be dangerous in that aspect, but really are known for their receiving attributes, guys that can really get out of the backfield and make quality catches. I really think that's something that has to be looked at in my eyes if you're Arthur Smith, and I wouldn't be shocked if he already has those packages put in place. And man, some people might even freak out when they first see that because I think it's going to be dangerous. J-Rod, what was that a truth about J.J. Watt to the Steelers? No, at least not right now. Now, maybe something happens where JJ wants to go chase a ring. He says this is the last year he's going to leave his phone on for any type of option out there in order to play a little bit of ball, to maybe go catch a Lombardi trophy somewhere. Maybe. But I can say right now that I don't think there's any type of seriousness to those rumors. J-Rod, I don't think that that's going to happen. Donald Brown, hold on. Sorry, Donald Brown from the Pittsburgh Steeler Nation. Go get them, let them love you, and talk about nothing you don't know nothing about. You heard you shouldn't say. I don't even know what you're talking about, Donald. Donald, I love you. I don't know what you're saying, brother. I have no clue. Himothy, Shedeur Sanders to Pittsburgh. Himothy, I don't hate Shedeur Sanders. I love him. I think he is a solid, well-rounded quarterback. And what I saw him do the other night against North Dakota State, moving in and out of the pocket, being able to be so versatile, being able to do what I love the most is being able to be mobile as a quarterback, but always be looking to throw down the field, and that's what Shedeur Sanders does the best. Utilizes his athleticism in order to push the football down the field to his playmakers. And he has faith in the guys that he has a good working relationship with in that wide receiver room. He puts so much confidence into them. Guys like Travis Hunter, guys like J.C. Horn, those guys, he has so much faith in them, and he just throws that ball up there and allows things to happen and allows those guys to go to work and battle. And not only does he do that, but on top of that, he also knows and understands where to place the football when delivering it downfield. Inside, outside, above, down or down low. He understands that, and that's really, really cool about Shedeur Sanders. Sadly, the Steelers won't be picking anywhere close to where Shedeur Sanders will go in the draft. Sadly, Shedeur Sanders will go to a shitty team that needs a quarterback that is in peril. And same with Travis Hunter. The good teams won't get those guys. Those guys will end up going somewhere shitty, probably struggling for some years because they're in a shitty organization. This is just how it goes, guys. 90% of the time anyway. I'm not talking, there's a 10%, that do well and make the team better, but it's really hard to overcome some of these franchises and their owners and some of the coaching staffs. But you're going to probably see them, struggle for a while and then try to maybe get out of wherever shithole, hellhole in the NFL they got placed. Let's keep going. Russ, Jason, you're the best at answering comments back. That's what makes you the greatest. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, Russ. You guys are what it's all about for me, man. It's not about Jason. It's not about this channel. It's just about you guys having a place to come and say what you want to say. Because you'll hear other channels say, hey, we'll answer. They don't. They handpick and select what they want to answer. I'm not doing that. I'm taking on all questions, everything. And I put out all comments because I want you guys to have a place to have your voice heard. That is the biggest thing, man. That is the biggest thing. And I think when you're looking to really get into a channel and really watch their content, I think that has to be your major thing you're looking at. How involved is the audience with that channel? And I think that has to be something that you really, really take into consideration. And it doesn't have to be me. It doesn't. It does not. Big Bass. I think Russ will be good with Freiermuth. Enjoyed watching NFL films, videos of him and Jimmy Graham. Yeah, I think honestly, guys, and I said it earlier today, I think that this offense, this system, this whole scheme of the franchise, this whole path that the franchise is on right now in Pittsburgh is tailor made to everything Russell Wilson does well as a quarterback. It's just what it is. And I think that that was, the major deciding factor for Russell Wilson. When he thought about coming to Pittsburgh, he said, damn, everything that I've done well, where I've had success in this league, when I was with Seattle, every dynamic that I had there during my heyday is there in Pittsburgh, and that's what I want to go do. That's where I want to be involved. And I think that that's exactly what the thought process was. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Archie Manning to the Steelers. I'd like Arch Manning too, man. You never turn down a Manning, Russ. Never, my friend. John Broadway, if anything, Jason, you've been fair-minded about Tomlin with zeal, with zeal and passion. Sorry, with passion about certain deficiencies, whereas I am much more critical for the very reasons of his supposed standards. No, thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. But yeah, no, I agree. When you put out the vocabulary word of standard, and that is what you preach constantly, then you have to, in turn, show those standards and show the actions to achieve those standards. And I just don't think he has lately. And that's okay. We got to get it corrected, though. 2024 has to be the time in which Mike Tomlin puts forth his best coaching performance ever. Because why? To shut people up like me that are saying, hey, you got these deficiencies, man. You haven't won with a team in which you constructed solely on your own with your general managers. You aren't winning a Super Bowl with a team you inherited. Now you're building a team in which you built, that your fingerprints are all over. That's what I want for Mike Tomlin, and I think that's what I'm really trying to hammer home in terms of cementing his legacy. And again, Everett Kirkland, you're out there, bro. I did not say fire Tomlin. Timothy doesn't Shador currently play for Buffalo? Yes, he does, Tom. Colorado Buffs. Tom plays for his dad? Yeah, he does. He's prime time son. Yep. Jeffrey Champion. Noah Brown. He is a sleeper receiver in free agency right now. You look like a number one receiver at times for the Texans. I think Noah got picked up, bro. Let me double check, though, for you. I thought Noah Brown actually got picked up. Let me see, man. Let me double check. Texans 2023, Cowboys 2022. Makes sense for Washington, maybe not. Source, Commanders signed ex-Texans wide receiver Noah Brown. Yes, so there you go, guys. He was picked up. So that was a good idea, though, that you had there, Jeffrey. So, yes, it was somebody that I would have thought, too. But I just thought that he just got picked up by somebody. Steeler kid. Isn't Najee Harris getting traded at the end of the year? Najee Harris is under contract here for this season. Najee Harris's fifth-year option wasn't exercised by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Whether you like that or not, that's neither here nor there. But what Steeler kid's asking is if Najee's going to get traded. Once this season's over, he'll be hitting that free agency market. So if the Steelers are going to trade him, they'd probably end up doing it before the deadline this year. Maybe if they're tanking it out, man, where I don't expect that to happen, but maybe that would happen. But I look for Najee Harris to possibly get some new money here ahead of the start of the 2024 season. I look for some serious moves to be made before the end of the weekend's over, or possibly by the end of business on Monday ahead of week one. So I look for Najee Harris to get some new money from the Steelers, potentially. If not, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers, put in an offer. But I think Najee Harris will end up on somebody else's team next year if that happens. If he is able to enter free agency, I'm not sure the Steelers would be a competitive enough offer in order to entice him to remain a Pittsburgh Steeler. But trade would probably happen before trade deadline this year if that would be the case, but I don't foresee it happening. Gary Stow, we just got Brandon Johnson for free. Yeah, they did. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get back to the chat. Damn. Yeah, Noah's already picked up. Oh shit, Shador. I know who it is. I feel it's okay. John Broadway for fantasy football. Connor Hayward would be perfect utility player in one's lineup. He really would. And if you play fantasy football, guys, I want to tell you that I think that that would be a solid move that a lot of people wouldn't make, and it would be a very educated move on your part as a fantasy football owner. Strolls, what do you make of AB tweeting some cryptic tweets about a big move coming to Pittsburgh? Hey, CT ESPN, man. He's usually right about shit. And I tried to keep saying it also, but I think that he's right. And I keep saying that I think the Steelers still have something up their sleeve. I don't think this is over just yet. At any moment, I could see news breaking of something happening, man. I had, through the limited things that I hear or know, I always thought DK Metcalf was an opportunity, and a lot of people say that it wouldn't make sense, that it isn't possible. I'm just saying, you never know. Things could happen. Now, I'm not saying that will happen, but I'm just saying you never know what big thing might just pop up. But I believe AB. Russ don't believe anything from AB. He's just been right on some things on Twitter. That's the only reason I say that. I don't believe him as a regular human, though. About football stuff, though, I believe him. Jeffrey Champion at the midseason if Najee Harris is looking that great, I would trade him for a receiver or some draft picks. Yeah, you never know what they do, bro. You never know. That could be the case. Never know. Donald Brown, great quarterback, intuition, intelligence. Strolls, I agree the dude is a quack, but I mean, would any of us be mad if he could come in and ball out? I wouldn't be mad. I just think he's a super distraction. That's the only thing. And when you're dealing with a football team that has a lot of young talent on it, that you've really built through these draft classes in the last couple years, I think you're jeopardizing that situation in which you are bringing these young guys in, bringing that in new foundational cornerstone pieces of your franchise, and maybe subjecting them to some antics that you don't need to have them going through, in their young careers. But I'm just saying that because I think the Steelers have had two solid draft classes in a row, and in no way, shape, or form do I want to jeopardize their future by having crazy shit go on. Brandon Ayuk, he's gone. Maryland Melatonin Network. Yo, do you believe in our quarterback situation? I believe it'll work. I think Russ still has some shit left in him, bro. How many wins the Niners getting next season? With the Brandon Ayuk signing, I think the Niners will be major key players inside of the NFC yet again. But I think if you don't watch as a Niners franchise needs to start watching and be mindful, I think that they could get in a bad cap situation. And I know the cap's messy and can be altered and it's fictional. I get that. But I still think that they need to watch, and it's going to be hard to retain everybody that they have. But I think their window is still open, and I think they are going to be major competitors. I will say this. I think it'll be another Detroit, San Francisco NFC Championship game in 2024. I really, truly believe that. I think those are the two best teams inside of the NFC, in my opinion. All right, guys, we're about 39 minutes into the show. Make sure you're hitting the shit out of that like button for us here on Steel City Live, only on Mic Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason. As always, I appreciate you for stopping through. We'll continue to go through the chat, continue to get your voices heard here on the channel. Don't forget you can become a Mic Drop Mafia member, 99 cents a month. Always will be 99 cents a month. But just simply liking the video, subscribing, sharing, all that good stuff is more than enough and greatly appreciated. And I truly, truly appreciate all your help. So if you could do that for me, I'd greatly, greatly thank you. Broccoli NFL, how many? We did that. Russ, I believe Russ Wilson, I believe in Russell Wilson. He's focused to win a Super Bowl. He needs to be, because honestly, guys, this is the chance. if you are Russell Wilson and you're looking at your career and you're looking at everything that you've had happen here in the last couple years, you're looking at this as your chance to end on a big high note, man. End as a champion. And this is it for him, I think. I think if this doesn't work out, I don't think Russell Wilson really has many more options. All right. I like it. I see the likes keep going up. I appreciate that very much. We're way up over 20 now. Well, not way up, but we're getting there. Sincerely yours. How bad do y'all miss Prime Ben right now? You'll always miss a Hall of Fame type talent, no doubt about that. You'll always miss a Hall of Fame type talent. But I'm a guy that looks to what you have. And I'm not going to go and say, oh, I wish Ben was here type of shit. I just want to push forward with the guys we have and figure out how to win with whom is on this roster right now. Gary Style, you think Brandon Johnson gets into the lineup? Not right away, no. Maryland Melatonin Network, how many games do you think we win, and do we get to the conference championship? The conference championship, I think, might be a reach, but I think the Pittsburgh Steelers win 11 games here in 2024 in the regular season, and I do believe that they have the opportunity and the ability, the roster, to go on and win a playoff game. Now, after that, all bets are off for me. I don't know, because I feel like after that, it's a real dice roll. And it's going to be who's the healthy teams, who are the teams that are getting hot at the right time. There's going to be a lot of variables at play there. But I do think the Pittsburgh Steelers win 11 games, win that 12th game, winning one in the playoffs, and have an opportunity to be able to do some things. Tom Ford, I was thinking of that wide receiver that plays for Buffalo. I'm not sure. Should have kept DJ. That's from Farmer Jr. 81. I disagree in my eyes. I think Deontay Johnson. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. We froze for a second. I must have been getting a phone call, but that's all right. But I think Deontay Johnson was a guy that was becoming a distraction, a guy that they weren't going to pay anyway next year. So it is what it is. And I know they missed an opportunity that if they were going to trade him, maybe they should have traded him maybe for Brandon Ayuk or another big name receiver in that aspect. So maybe they missed the boat with that, but every move isn't going to be perfect. Every situation isn't going to work out exactly the way you want it to. It is what it is. So yes, that could have, shoulda, woulda. It is what it is right now. But I'm okay with Dante Jackson, and I'm okay with Deontay Johnson moving on to the Carolina Panthers. Now, is it cool if he would have been here, like in terms of his athleticism and the way he could catch the ball? Sure, whatever. But it is what it is for me. I'm not really bummed about it. Scorpio, prediction, Bengals and Niners Super Bowl this year. Nah, I'm going to go, if I were to pick an AFC team, it wouldn't be the Bengals. And I say that because I think they're having a lot of internal drama right now in terms of contracts, wide receiver shit going on. Jamar Chase, I think there's some drama there. It's probably definitely a Chiefs-Niners repeat would be what I would say. John Broadway, in today's market, running backs aren't getting much for the truth for only a few. Yeah, they're not getting a lot for. There's only some of them that's making a big bucks. Trading Najee Harris late in the season doesn't make any economic sense. It doesn't, but it is what it is. In my eyes, I think that they should probably not trade him if that was the case. The question that was asked was when they may. And that would be the only time that I could see them doing that. Otherwise, I just see them leaving him go in free agency. I see him submitting an offer sheet, and I just don't look for it to be enough. Russ says I'm picking the Lions for NFC this year. Yeah, Lions, Niners, and then roll the ball out there and see what happens. Robert Rowe, DK, greater than BA. I am not getting my hopes up. I am not convinced at this point that they make any big moves for a wide receiver. The draft and maybe free agency next year. Signing Pickens will not be cheap. You're exactly right. Signing Pickens will not be cheap. And that's going to be the Steelers' Achilles heel here in terms of what do they do at the quarterback position. You can gain all this talent too. But if you don't have anybody signed next year to throw them the football, what good is it? You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. But draft's always an option. I still think there's a big move out there. I don't know if it's receiver, but I still think that Omar Khan does something here before the 2024 season kicks off, regular season. And definitely this 53 man might look slightly different than what it does currently. Gunner Smoke says Russ ain't going back to the Super Bowl. Yeah, you never know, though. Miss Pittsburgh, wave that terrible towel. Tom Ford, Dallas trade Micah Parsons to the Lions. They did? That'd be crazy. Let's see if that actually happened. NFL news. That would be monster news. I don't see it, man. I don't see it, man. That'd be cool if they did, though. The lines would be stacked up. All right, let me get back to the chat. All right, we got Miss Pittsburgh waving that towel. I love it. Russ, 99 cents a month is less than a cheeseburger, so please join the Mafia as a Steelers Nation family. Thank you. Yeah, man, it is less than a cheeseburger nowadays. I remember when you used to be able to go to McDonald's and load up, man. I remember being like young, teenager, and we go out and we'd be having fun, doing teenage stuff and getting it down, man, and going to McDonald's and you have $5 in your pocket. You're eating like a king, bro. You're getting everything, man. Dollar this, dollar that. That dollar menu back then was banging, bro. Now McDonald's food is absolutely gross and horrible. They always give you nasty, soggy fries, which is crazy to me because they have the best fries if they had actually cooked them right and not give you fries that have been sitting there for 6 years. And now that they started putting the onions on the burger and cooking them on the burger, that just ruined it. Those are dehydrated onions, man. Just literally, man. Put them on after. That was part of the taste. Now it just tastes different. I just feel like they've fallen off the wagon, man. Russ, if we are healthy and O-line plays good, we're winning a Super Bowl. John Broadway, who do you see in this season that can knock off the Kansas City Chiefs? I think there's several teams in the AFC that could. And it's so hard to do what the Chiefs are trying to do this season. And that is win what, guys? 3 championships in a row. It's next to near impossible and hasn't been done, I don't think, ever. I don't recall. So what the Chiefs are attempting to do is very difficult. And I think there's going to be a lot of teams in the AFC that are going to be there chipping at their heels, man, nipping at their heels. And I definitely think going on these long runs through the Super Bowl for several years, deep playoff runs, it starts to take its toll on you. And there comes a time where a year you're just going to be beat up, not as good, and somebody's going to take you out. We'll see what happens, but I think there's several teams in the AFC that could do that. Bengals, Bills, Ravens, perhaps the Steelers. Lots of teams, I think. Texans. I like the Texans too. Yep, Russ, that's a good one. Cutthroat John says the Bengals are the only team to beat KC in the playoffs the past few years, and both teams know it. Yeah, they do. Good evening, Yingers. What's up, D? They can franchise Najee next year. Can't they franchise Najee next year? No, I don't believe so. But I wouldn't franchise somebody that you didn't pick up the 5th-year option because I think the 5th-year option would have been cheaper. So I don't even know if that makes sense. I don't know that one. I'd have to look that one up, Russ. Daniel Akers, John Broadway, nobody. Oh, he's a Chiefs fan. That's why. Tom Ford. I was thinking about, Shakir. Yeah, Shakir's awesome. Buffalo ain't letting him, or they already did let him go. He went to the Jags, I believe. Shakir, didn't he go to the Jags? I believe so. Not much, Daniel. What's up, man? Good to have people from other teams. I do like that. Hold on. My chat jumped. All right, there we go. Gary Styles, Ezekiel Elliott, 6+ touchdowns. You heard it here first. Gary Styles, Ezekiel Elliott is a fat turd that is well past his shelf life in the NFL. And for you Dallas fans out there, I'm sorry, but do not put all your hopes and dreams into a fat-ass Ezekiel Elliott. I'm just saying, don't do it. Don't do it, dude. Don't do it. Daniel Akers, do you all think Tomlin will do the whole two quarterback game like the Texans did? I don't believe that to be something that will happen. What I think will happen is there will be some packages for Justin Fields. It won't be flip flopping during the course of a game. You may see Justin Fields once or twice during the course of a 4-quarter football game. I don't even foresee him to reach that 50% of snaps in order for the Denver or Chicago Bears to get that 4th-round pick. I don't see that happening. A value meal at McDonald's now is $13, $14 and you're still hungry. Yeah, no shit. And it's gross. It's gross. I found my favorite YT right now. Thank you, man. Steelers #1. John Broadway, Ezekiel Elliott is a lazy bum. The Cowgirls traded him away only to get him back. No way, Jose. Steelers #1, Steelers Nation, baby. John Cutthroat. The Steelers have 2 double Super Bowl victories in a row. A KC 3-peat would be a new standard. Yeah, it would be. I was going to say, I don't think it's ever been done before. Justin Pfeiffer, Terry Bradshaw. Yeah, he's won 4 total, but Steelers #1. How do you think Cald Williams going to do this year? Williams. I'm not sure who you're talking about, buddy. Put it back in there, I think, so I know who you're talking about. Robert Road, I remember back in the 70s, my brother's friend ate 23 hamburgers at Burger King when they had a special of 15 cents per ham. Wow, dude. Man, he is freaking hurting. There used to be a place in Fayette County, Pennsylvania, in Dunbar, Pennsylvania, man. It was called Peach and Shopping Village. I don't know if any of you all remember the great Peach and Shopping Village, where literally, man, they had 15-cent, 19-cent cheeseburgers, 15-cent hamburgers. Their food was super cheap, but it was a real shithole. Everything was nasty, but the food there was bomb. The shit was cheap. And it was a fun-ass place to go as a kid because if you had $5 in your pocket, you was eating like a king and getting a hot fudge sundae from the freaking ice cream bar, bro. That place was bomb. Shakir's still in his senior. Oh, yeah, Shador is, yeah. Shador's. Travis Hunter said he's going to the NFL next year. Elliott beat on your Steelers last year, if I recall. He didn't beat on them. He got a couple runs. It is what it is. I just think he's a fat turd. That's all. Tom Ford, Rico, Donald is better than Zeke for. Oh, yeah. He is for sure, Tom. Daniel Akers, have a good Friday. Y'all got to go. See you, Daniel. Have a good one, buddy. G3 straight. Let's go Chiefs. Steelers #1. How do you think Caleb Williams going to do? I think he will be the biggest monumental bust in Chicago Bears franchise history, perhaps NFL history. I think he is a shit storm waiting to happen. I think his attitude sucks. I think he's a freaking weirdo. If you want to call people weird, I think he fits that bill, weirdo. I just am not a Caleb Williams fan at all, and he just rubs me the wrong way during his interviews, especially that one he did with the pivot. It was super odd, super weird. I ain't got it. In preseason, don't tell me nothing. I saw Kenny Pickett go 5 for 5 in drives and score every damn time and lead his team to 5 touchdowns on 5 drives in the preseason. So Caleb Williams' performance in the preseason doesn't tell me anything about what he's going to be able to do in the NFL. Danny George, my wife used to go to Peachins. Oh, sweet, bro. Nice, man. I remember Peachins so much, man. I remember seeing rats there the size of dogs. Hell yes, went to Peachins all the time. Yeah, dude. Spiker, Jason, do you play fantasy football? No, but we do have a pick'em league, a fantasy pick'em league that you can go join and play against my co-host Sean and I. Sean will repost the link again, but we do have that you guys are able to sign up and challenge Sean and I and everybody else in his Pick'em League and come and see if you can beat us there. I think it's going to be a real fun time and give us some bragging rights here on the channel for whoever does best. Hopefully you guys will come over. It's free. It's a good time and join and really make it something cool and turn it into one of those rooms that have, 1,000 people playing. Let's do that. But I don't play regular fantasy football. I just never been into it. Steelers won. You know what? I'm going to agree with you. Okay, cool. Awesome, bro. Russ, I think Caleb Williams will be a flop. He's all about himself. I think so too. Tom Ford, yes, Jason, I also predict Caleb Williams is going to be a bust. Spiker, that would be awesome. Anything to keep people involved in the show. Yeah, I think it's cool. I like it. I hope you all join. I think it would be really fun. Because again, man, that's what this whole channel is about, is you guys. So anything like Spiker said, keep everybody involved, do fun things like that. I think it's just something awesome to do. John Broadway, I worked at McDonald's back in the late 80s, and yes, it has changed, but order your fries without salt, and they have to make them fresh. I do it every time. But I want salt on them. I know, I've heard that before. You can go on this website, and it gives you all these McDonald's hacks that you could do. I have another fantasy football draft tomorrow night. Damn, you're busy, bro, with those. Hey guys, let me know too how the depth looks on this. Do you guys like this view better? Is it better than what it has been? Is is everything starting to be better in terms of setup here? Again, the production value is going to start to go up to where we're going to start to be able to bring your chats up, do all those crazy things that a higher production show might do. So you're going to be able to have all that going on here soon. So let me know some feedback. You could put it anywhere, email me, whatever. I just want to see if this new setup is starting to vibe, but if it's cool, if it's not too far away, all that good shit. All right, guys, we're about 56 minutes into the show, so please make sure. Oh, thank you, Spiker. Appreciate it, brother, from Western Maryland. Awesome, bro. Glad to have you. Make sure you guys hit that like button before you leave here today. We're going to start winding down the show, but please hit that like button. It's free, it's easy, and it helps your show or helps your creators here on YouTube and across any platform when you like, share, whatever you do. It really helps a great deal, and again, it's free. So please make sure you do that before you take off tonight. So any closing thoughts? Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate you guys, Spiker. All you guys. Truly appreciate it. I like to focus on our Steelers. The whole fantasy thing just takes away from rooting for my Steelers and against teams in the division I don't like. Yeah, that's another thing I don't like, too. I don't want to have to root for somebody to gain a point in order for me to win some money. MK, originally from Pittsburgh, but live in Texas. Go Steelers. Awesome, MK. Good to have you on the show, man. Russ says, let's see what Russ says. New setup looks great. So does audio. Sounds good. Thanks, Russ. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. All right, guys, we're going to start wrapping it up here again, like I said. So anything else you want to throw in there, you can throw it in there real quick. Who has the old McDonald's collector glasses? I have my set still. Nothing drinks. Oh, nothing drink a cold pop with Lambert ham. Oh, yeah, you have those old Steeler cups. I have some of them, too. I even have an old Flintstones one. If you remember the Flintstone mugs, I have some of those. Yeah, man. The old McDonald's cups used to be shit. They don't do nothing cool anymore like that. The toys suck. I remember when I was a kid, I would get, like, real Transformers in the freaking, in the Happy Meal. Like real metal, like real Transformers. None of the bullshit plastic junk shit you get now. Like real shit, like good shit, real Hot Wheels, real shit in the Happy Meal. Not no more. You get some dumbass cardboard like cutouts and shit. Titans are going to lose 4 straight. Then Rudolph is going to take them to the Super Bowl. Never know, D. You never know, brother. You never know. I got to give you a laughing emoji for that one there. Oh, shit. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up, man. It's been a fun show. You guys have been bringing it this week. The chat has been on fire. We've had a lot of concurrent viewers throughout the show. You guys may not see the real numbers. Sometimes I get them up here a little bit better than you guys get them. You don't get as up to date as me, but we've been getting really good numbers here. We're up over 30 now in the likes, so that's really cool. So I appreciate all that. You guys have been bringing it, man. Bringing it. Every night this week has been a great show, which makes me want to do a weekend show. So we'll see how that all goes. But definitely we'll see We'll see you probably tomorrow, man. We might do one tomorrow because I think the Steelers are going to have something pop off here in terms of big news. So you never know. But you guys, again, thank you so much. You've been bringing the freaking heat in that chat, man, and the viewership, the likes, the subscribers, all that stuff, sharing the show. It's been so awesome. D laughing. I still have a high C mug with Lynn Swan on it. Honestly, fantasy football is very educational. I used to know just Steelers players, but playing fantasy makes you learn about the whole league. It does. That is one good benefit, Tom. I'll give you that one, brother. When my kids were small, they dedicated or dictated where we ate for the toys. Dude, no shit. Me too. That's how I ate when I was a kid. No doubt. Good night, bro. John Broadway. Danny George. We love the show, brother. Thank you, man. We love you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. Burger King had the best toys. I don't remember Burger King's toys, D. We didn't have a Burger King like right down from the house. The one we had was a little bit farther away, so I didn't get to eat there all the time. But our McDonald's had fire toys. Have a great weekend, everyone. Hope for a Saturday show. Me too, man. I think I'm going to do it. Malachi Smith. Hey, Jason. Good to see you. I got my fantasy draft tomorrow, taking Pitt's defense. Awesome, Malachi. Good to see you there, buddy. Hey, wouldn't be a bad pick there, Malachi, no doubt. BK had all the Pokemon toys. Oh man, nice. Yeah, I didn't get there. I didn't get to see all the cool toys they had. I had a Wendy's there later on in my life, but I wasn't getting Happy Meals then. Kids meals. I was getting fucking, the big like junior bacon or the big double bacons and stuff. Then the baconators, all those crazy things. Oh, my parakeet. Well, my kid's parakeet's over there now ringing the bell. I moved him away from me because you guys could hear him all the time. Burger Queen? I never had a Burger Queen. Ryan Stanley. Hey, y'all. Anyone else feeling off about our Steelers like the BS and the NFL BS making me not as interested? No, Ryan, I am super interested. I haven't been this hyped for a season in quite some time, Ryan. I'll be honest with you. Nothing is deterring me this year. I feel like the defense is going to be stout. I feel like the offense is going to shut some people up, and I am ultra pumped, brother. Ultra pumped. But good to see you, Ryan. They are. That's what they always do. Stoke will be at Mounts and PSU game. Oh, nice, dude. You'll be down by me, Russ. Be safe down there and stay hydrated, Russ. It's going to be hot as shit down there, bro, I think. I think it's still going to be pretty hot. All right, man. My kid got friends staying over and stuff, so I'm going to go see what they've destroyed while I've been in here doing the show. And, yeah, do my thing. So until tomorrow, guys, we'll probably see you again. I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports and the show Steel City Live. Thank you and appreciate you, and see you next time. Thanks, guys.